Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Mythic Legions Figura Obscura Gods of Ancient Egypt Anubis and Bastet figures from Horsemen Studios. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, these figures look utterly fantastic, and yeah, the Horsemen just absolutely nailed a lot here. These are absolute dreams come true in plastic form, and yeah, we'll start with Bastet, and just the first thing that you notice really is that the colors here all just pop like insanely well. Oh, it's tail coming off. So, but yeah, just so much good stuff. They just nailed that perfect level of like the teals, the blues, the reds, that gold with some nice aging where it needs to be aged. It's nice and bright where it needs to be bright. For Bastet, for the bodice piece, we definitely get that nice like kind of a little bit of wash over the wraps to kind of bring out those details. This would focus. There we go. So you can see that. I get some nice like bright gold here at the belt buckle, and yeah, some really nice work here. Not only that, but the soft goods blend it very well with the actual sculpted plastic, which I think is just a fantastic piece of work there. And we get some more stuff going on here. We do get actual metal earrings here on the head of Bastet, which I think is a very, very nice touch. Not only that, but really pleasant, like accurate shade of that navy blue. Nice clean paint all around as well. Then we get to the back of the headdress, and I really like that we get the nice smooth lines here, but then you see that kind of cracked stone look just under that. Gives a nice level of depth, and yeah, just everything really, really nice. And we get down to the feet, and these are the more cat-like feet. We'll get more into the accessories later, but there's a nice kind of purplish hue here going over the feet, which I think is a really nice effect. Kind of gives it some more dynamics, some more drama. So that will do it for Bastet. And oh, and there is a tail here that fell off. It's very warm in my house right now, so things aren't. The plastic is definitely very pliable, but we'll look a little bit more at that in articulation anyway. And then Anubis, I've always wanted a fantastic Anubis figure. Speaking of the tail just popping out. And this is definitely that. Just everything here, everything I said about Bastet applies here. We've even got that nice turquoise going on here in the middle and on the headdress and the eyes. Just very nice. I like that they did a nice glossy black here for the nose, kind of give it that wet look. Makes it look a little more realistic, as this is the more kind of actual kind of Doberman style head. And here we got fantastic sculpt work here on the body as well. So you can see we get some nice skin texture, and then all the textures here for the corset piece here. And then, same colors, same just great level of detail, and then come down to the feet, and it's more of kind of a black gray sort of ombre here to the toenails. Nice gloss going on there for the nail color as well. So yeah, just really, really cool looking figures overall. We get an absolutely overwhelming amount of accessories with both of these figures. So let's jump right in. We'll start with Anubis. And we'll start with hands, pardon me. So right out of the box, we do get these kind of clawed hands with literal claws on them. Then we get a pair of gripping hands, again with the kind of clawed fingers. We get some more relaxed hands, nice aging going on there as well. Then we get a pair of more human gripping hands with a horizontal hinge, and a pair of more human hands with a vertical hinge. So I really like that they included that one. Then we get a couple different types of feet. So we looked at the more dog-like feet in the last section, and then we get a pair of human feet. And as you can see, it just kind of replaces with the peg at the bottom of the ankle. It's very, very nice. Then we get 3 separate head sculpts. So we look at the first one, which is kind of more of a realistic dog look, but still, kind of the closed mouth expression we're used to seeing for Anubis. Then we get a kind of barking, yelling face, same in that realistic tone. Really like the way they did the mouth too. Really nice kind of dark wash going over the red. Then we get the statue face, and this is done beautifully. I really like the aging too here with some of the kind of the cracked stone look. Nice matte black as well. Just gorgeous, gorgeous piece of work. You can see there's a peg here on the bottom, and that is for the headdress. That is also included on the barking head as well. So that always plugs in. And speaking of this more stone look to that head, we do get a replaceable neck. Here you can see kind of the wear and tear. So you get that more, if you want to go the statue route with this figure, you can absolutely do that. And you can see that as a ball hinge. Then we get into all the other stuff. So first off, we get this, it's the Eye of Ra or the Eye of Horse. I think it might be the Eye of Ra. As you can see, it doesn't come on the stand, but the stand comes separately, and you just kind of plug this in there. So really nice details going on there. Then we get what looks like a jade staff, and this is beautifully done. I love the sculpt again with that kind of cracked stone look to it. Kind of forks here at the bottom. So we get that. Then we get an urn with Anubis' likeness on the top, and some hieroglyphics here. These are all based off real artifacts that have been found, from what I understand. And these do pop out as well, so you can actually switch the heads around, or you can store some snacks or something in those urns, up to you. Your figures, you do what you want. And then finally, we get an Ankh with, again, tons of tiny details with all these hieroglyphics and just finer details kind of in there. And then the back's kind of a little more plain, but still some nice line work. Then finally, we do get this piece, and this is huge. You can see a beautiful gold that they used for this. The dog on the top here does just kind of sit on top. You can see the peg holes. The back does not go in on mine. I've got to work on that. I got to figure out what's going on there. It's very warm in here, so those should just really be sitting in. I think I just got to do some extra work, get those in. And the tail is separate, but great details here all around, as you can see. Again, just spared no expense, as it seems. And this comes in 3 pieces. Like, this is separate, then this piece, then obviously the dog. So we get that. And then I'm knocking everything over. Again, there's just so much here. So let's move on to Bastet. And for her, we do get clawed hands, much as we got with Anubis. Then I'm just keeping these all in the tray. There's just so much. So we get some more human kind of relaxed hands. We get some more animalistic gripping hands, some more animalistic clawing hands. Back there a little bit, pardon me. And then we get some more human gripping hands with a vertical hinge, more human hands with a horizontal hinge, and then we get a replaceable set of human styled feet. So really cool. Those definitely match up. Then we get through even more head sculpts with Bastet. So we saw the one before with the kind of stone visage with some of that aging going on, some of the cracking. Then we get, set up there, another kind of a more realistic cat likeness. So you can see the kind of deeper sculpt, the earrings still going on. We do have a peg for the headdress. Then we get another likeness. Actually, are these the same? These look very, very similar. Cannot get that to focus, of course. There we go. Yeah, these look very, very similar. Oh, I'm sorry. Difference here is we do not get the peg on the back for this one. So if you want to have more range with the articulation, I like they did that. I wish they did that with Anubis. So that is the difference, is the back of the head. So it's the exact same expression, but one holds the headdress, one does not. And then we get the full-on stone looking likeness without the peg on the back. Then we get a whole bunch of artifacts. So we do get, the cat head, done that brilliant gold, very bright blue. Then we get the eagle with the sun. And we get 3 different urns. So we get one with a baboon or a mandrill. Hieroglyphics on there. And we get, I believe, looks to be horse. See, again, nice gold paint. And then finally, visage of a pharaoh. Excellent work all around there. Then one more artifact. We do get this handpiece. I'm actually not sure exactly what this is. It looks gorgeous. Really love the shade of kind of green here. That really nice dark wash. Tons and tons of detail. And then we get this piece, which I believe to be an instrument. I could be wrong there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. And yeah, just again, really like the nice kind of brushed over aged gold and sculpt on the face. Nice sharp details. Then finally, I believe, yes, almost penultimately, we do get a basket here. Very nicely done. That's some nice aging. You can see there is room in there, so you can put stuff in there if you wish. And then finally, we get a cat statue. This is done very nicely, very like clean base, and then nice aging and details here on the front. So you can see just Bastet's likeness in her more animal form. I get the eye on the necklace there. So yeah, that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are absolutely fantastic, even with the animal feet. So as you can see, freestanding kicks, pretty much no issues going on here. So we're actually gonna start with Anubis. So let's get Bastet into a neutral pose here, kind of. Just standing at least. There we go. So for Anubis, we have the ball hinge at the neck. We're not really getting any up thanks to this headdress as previously stated, but we do get some excellent down. Little tiny bit of tilt, and of course we get rotation, and the headdress does get out of the way because this is nice and pliable. For the arms, we are hinge and swivel, come up to a perfect T. So we get a rotation there. We are single jointed here at the elbows, so we're getting to just about 90. We get some rotation there as well. We do get our hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal with the exception of those human hands. It's the ball joint. Again, it's very warm in here, so these are going to be like popping apart pretty easily. We do get a ball joint here at the waist, nothing else, but we get insane amounts of crunch. That's better than some figures with double ball joints. So yeah, no complaints there. Excellent arch back, excellent side to side, just really well engineered. Then we come down to the hips and we get full splits almost beyond, perfectly beautiful. Not only that, but our shandit here is wired, so that can go anywhere you want it to go, is wired all the way around as well. Our front kick goes to just about 90. We do get thigh swivel, as you can see from that assembly. We get single jointed knees, so we're getting to just about 90 there. We get some rotation, not really in and out, just kind of around. Then we get rotation at the ankle. See if I can show that. There we go. We do get some really nice point, some fantastic forward, some rocker all the way around. And then for our tail, that is plugged here into the back. And we get this incredible bendy wire that goes all the full length of the tail, so you can get pretty much anything you want out of that. And we get pretty much the exact same thing out of Bastet, except here with the heads that do not have the headdress, we have a lot more room, so we can look up a lot more, look down nicely, really nice tilt, some rotation. Arms are going to be the same. Torso is a little bit different because we are on a swivel here at the waist, and the diaphragm we have the ball joint. So we're still getting some really nice crunch, some nice arch back, some nice side to side. So slightly different, but very similar. And then the bottom of her dress is the same thing. It's wired all the way around, so you can get any amount of drama you want there. But everything else is literally the same, even the bendy wire tail. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with some other Mythic legions. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally with an articulated icons Oni, and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Mythic Legions Anubis and Bastet set here from Four Horsemen is that this set completely kicks ass. Could not recommend it enough. I would say that finally at this point, I now have a number of the Mythic Legions figures, and I absolutely get it now. For the strong fan support that they have, I just fully get it. I mean, they drew me in initially with the whole Figura Obscura subline with the Krampus figure, and definitely like really enjoyed that, though I had some apprehensions about certain aspects of that. But now that I've gotten more Mythic Legions figures, I fully get it, and I cannot recommend this enough. Again, as I said earlier in the review, this is definitely kind of a dream come true. I've always wanted a super solid Anubis figure. This absolutely delivers, and having Bastet as part of this just is icing on the cake. So cannot recommend it enough. They've already done 2 drops. Both of those have sold out at this point, unfortunately. So this set is gone. However, they have done with every single Figura Obscura release a kind of reissue, and they've like done different colorways or accessories or something like that. So undoubtedly these will come up again in some slightly altered form. So do not lose hope. But if you want this exact set, I wish you the best of luck on the secondary market. And yeah, beyond that, I just hope you found this review informative and some entertaining. And if you did, I hope to see you back, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's escape the world for a while. Just talk about some gorgeous plastic like this. And at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.